with someone, but you keep on thinking about somebody else.
Dan, RadioStyle. Hope everybody out there is doing awesome. That song, by the way, Usher, doing, what is that? You Got It Bad. Great song. You Got It Bad. One of the points of this whole show, by the way, I guess we're calling this Higher Self Antics. I love these moments. I truly do. Usher, that song, the reason I chose it was, one, it's a beautiful song, and I love it and always have, and it just really kind of represents my significant someone to some degree. But there's the part when you've got it so bad when you're inside, you don't want to go out and have any fun. That's kind of part of the reason of this show. That's not good behavior. That's part of what I've been talking about in my last show here, but also mainly kind of this show. There's times in our life when we think we're going one way, and we feel like we're supposed to go one way, but sometimes the road detours, and not for a bad reason. Detours exactly like it should, and where it's going to take us through, and then eventually kind of towards where we were hoping to go. But that taking it through part is the part that a lot of us wouldn't choose to do if we didn't kind of just open ourselves up. If you're going through a transition in your life, and that generally involves manifesting a specific someone or a unique someone, you're essentially trying to create a new relationship in your life. And if that's the case, then yeah, it's kind of a huge deal. It's like awesome. These are like a best friend is a huge thing. Like all these things are kind of similar, right? So you get that specific, unique someone in your life, and it's going to play a major, major role. So this one's kind of a listener-requested show. I want to kind of start it off that way completely, for that matter, or viewer. I keep talking radio terms, I'm sorry. But it's a viewer-requested show, and there's a couple aspects of it. I kind of wanted to bring a few things together because I've had a lot of requests around the similar area that I'm going to bring up as the second part, and then the first part was something that stated what I was trying to get across on my last show so well. That it was just like, wow, okay, that's exactly what I was talking about. So this person's comment's a little like nice towards me, so it's not necessarily why I'm reading it, but she hits the point on the head, and I'll definitely highlight that when we get there. And who it is, I didn't write down her name, and she didn't give me permission per se to save it, but she is in the comments section, so you can read this there. I love that. Let the universe do its thing. I say that all the time now. When I met my specific someone, I was actually fixated on someone else and had tunnel vision. Important key point there. Fixated on someone else, right? Like she was thinking she was trying to manifest, wasn't necessarily as conscious back then, but she was trying to work on a relationship with someone totally different. And then kind of had tunnel vision because of that. But after meeting my specific someone, it was like my feelings for them transformed me and the tunnel got torn down. I became open to other things, and I'm so glad I did. I found there are things that I need to work on to be better for myself and to be ready to be with my specific person. I now see those obstacles as lessons and as giving us time to handle the things we need to handle so we can be together. Another key point. Before in my life, I would be like, oh no, an obstacle. Oh no, it hasn't happened yet. How is it gonna happen? But now, I'm so okay with the journey to it and that it's happening right now, as you say. Love that too. And that helped me so much, that it's happening right now concept. Much thanks, blah, blah, blah. Hey, when you said it's happening right now, help me take it to another level, which is very, very groovy. And she kind of had a question. Yeah, such a relief. I do have a question. So, yeah. Oh, yeah. The question she had, which I thought was very, very cool, was, is it possible that other people have manifested us into their lives and now all of a sudden they've become our specific someone, but they actually initiated the process? And absolutely. Absolutely. This is an example of how that could play out when you're manifesting your significant other and you're sending out the imaginal vibes, right? That's an example of how that can be received. This listener nailed a couple really, really key points in a beautiful way. So yes, that's exactly how that energetics will play out in a good scenario. I mean, it varies, of course. There's always different aspects to it. But on a regular, 80% of the time, here's how it's going to be. You're going to send out these feelings, these thoughts, this love, this energy. You're going to manage them from that location. And that person is going to begin to have kind of more attractive feelings towards you. Just whatever the case is, however it plays out, however slow or fast it happens, they're going to look at you in a different way all of a sudden. Now, all of a sudden, your energy looks very attractive to them because you've been resonating that frequency with them. That frequency's been hitting them, and it's now sort of kind of a good feeling. And maybe you should be, theoretically, vibrating at the same energy, same level. I think it's level's probably a better way, but whatever the case is. And that is what's also going to help bring you guys together. So yes, it's very possible that your significant other has manifested you into their worlds consciously as well. So very good point. Again, the tunnel vision thing I thought was key. If you're paying attention, if you really think it's got to go a specific direction, you kind of back away from that a little bit and just kind of let things happen. Let go of the oars. As Esther Hicks says, like, let go. Just stop fighting the current. Stop trying to row upstream and let it start coasting downstream. And there's no reason, Anya's brought this up, but Esther Hicks too, and it's just don't think you need to pop a motorboat or a motor on your boat so you can go downstream faster. That's not how this plays out. There are steps along the way. They're meant to be there. They're supposed to be there. You can't bypass them. You can't. It'd be like having a child. For any of you that have kids, and for those of you that don't, try to imagine with me, because I don't have kids either. You have a kid, right? They're born. Boom. You get this first year of their life, and then they come back and they're 18. Skipped all 17 years in between. Now they're 18. What's your experience like? How was that parenting? How much fun was that to be a mother? Missing 17 years of their development, especially some crucial years. But they're there. They're where you meant to get them. You got them there. Boom. There you go. There you go. You don't have to sit through the 17 years. But when you look back on it, yeah, I want to, though. I want to spend the 17 years with my kid. That would be awesome. I would so enjoy that. Again, you can't put the motor on the back of the boat. You can't. No, not going to work. You're missing the entire point of manifesting. Manifesting is not just getting what you're after. Manifesting is not, give me that. Okay, I've manifested it. No, that's not manifestation. Manifestation is the process. There's a process to it. Yes, what you're trying to manifest is that thing, but how you get there, what happens if that thing happens to be a better job? Then there's steps where you learn skills and become more marketable, and now all of a sudden you're making more money in your job, or you suddenly qualify for this job. If you're trying to get a significant other, maybe there's certain things that kind of need to happen before you're actually ready. I've talked about some of the ones with me. You know, there's a lot of things that I wasn't quite ready for that I am now. The process is what gets us there. Hating the steps, you just don't understand the process. You are missing the point completely. Someone asked me recently, I don't know how you're so calm with the fact that it could be today, it could be tomorrow, it might be 10 years. How are you okay with that? And it's because to me, it's the process. I understand it's a process. And if it's truly 10 years from now, before I get to be with my significant someone, a lot of stuff's going to happen in the next 10 years that are going to be germane to my life and her. And are really, when I look back on it, I'll be like, it couldn't have happened any other way. Do I think it's going to be 10 years? Not even close. No, I think I'm practically almost there, but we'll see. I don't care. I'm going to continue doing what I'm doing. I'm going where I'm going. I'm working on my own personal things. I'm working on development. I know I'm going to see her soon. We're curious to see if we finally got our energies all worked out to where now's the time. I don't know. We'll see. Love her dearly. I don't know. I don't care. I'll keep loving her from as far or close as she'll let me be. I'm whatever. I'm okay with that, right? So it's all that good stuff. I think that was pretty much all I was going to say on that top part. Okay, so I'm going to lump these all into one basic question because I've had a number of people ask me questions in this regard that are similar. So I'm going to give a couple of them, and then I'm going to exaggeratively add a couple, probably, knowing me. I don't know. I'm just guessing. But people are curious about manifesting their specific someone, right? And the questions I've been getting, so I'm just going to lump them all out there. Can I manifest a specific person if they're a stranger? Meaning I don't know them. I'm guessing this is someone they just saw and they got goo-goo eyes for them, or love at first sight, or that guy talked and he's just like, oh, I love his voice, you know, whatever, right? Can they be a perfect stranger? Can they be famous? I had someone ask me. Okay, all right, sure, I guess if they're famous. If they're just on TV and you actually have no means of bumping into them, you could probably manifest that means of bumping into them. You could manifest that. You're going a hard road. If it's truly like a famous person that you don't even know at all, like they don't even have like your email address kind of thing or whatever, like, it might be a little challenging, whatever. Acquaintances, what if it's someone you know? Okay. So it's like some of these questions, I guess, are I don't mean to say in any sort of belittling way, 'cause it's not like that at all, but it's like almost funny to me. It's like, why would any of these things be any different than what we normally talk about? I guess when I talk about manifesting a specific someone, I guess most of us know that person. So maybe that's where the question comes in. I don't know. I'm not really sure on that regard, but there is absolutely no difference in any of this. It could be Oscar the Grouch, the little Sesame Street guy that lived in the trash can. Could be Big Bird. And I will say, if you're trying to manifest Big Bird, by the way, and you're doing the imaginal scenes of like you and Big Bird in bed, just make sure you make your bed abnormally long. Because I think Big Bird's like up there in like the 8-10 foot range. Like he's a big bird. They didn't lie about that. I'm just saying. But yeah, all these different kinds of scenarios, acquaintances, friends, lovers, exes, people you've never met, someone you might future meet, someone that's works in the building next to you and you've walked by him twice because you guys walk the same time on your breaks every day and you walk around the buildings and you happen to see each other and just nod at each other and smile, and that's as close as you've gotten so far. Yeah. There is no difference between any of these things. Whoever you're trying to manifest, you use the same techniques. It's the same concept. Belief is still going to come into play, even if you're close to them, even if they're far from you, even if they're a celebrity. Belief and questions and faith and doubt and all those things are part of the process. It's a process. And as you work through more and more of these doubts and you get yourself back to good, that is what you're learning how to do. That's the power of where this lesson is in trying to manifest your significant someone. At least one of the top 3 major takeaways from this process. So if it's taken a little while, you're training. You're getting better. You're getting your endurance legs on. You're kicking butt. And I want all you to remember that. You're kicking butt. You're doing great. It's nothing you're doing wrong. Yeah, you're getting in your way. No, it's not you're doing it wrong. If you're noticing it, awesome. Now you can do something about it. If you're, questioning yourself and that's what's slowing you down, cool. Notice it. Now you can do something about it. All these things are fine. They're normal. Every one of us goes through this. Totally normal. So wherever you're at in this process, give yourself a break. First off, just allow yourself a break. You're learning. I'm learning still. And it does get easier every single day. Every day you work on this, every day it becomes more of a conscious, positive habit. And as that occurs, your manifestation wheels get moving a little faster and a little faster and a little faster. And things start to manifest more quickly. When it maybe used to take you 4 days to get that free drink at Starbucks, whatever. Everyone knows what Starbucks is, right? But you get that free coffee. I'm manifesting a free drink at Starbucks, and the dude in front of me buys me a drink, right? Let me just buy you a drink. I feel like being cool, Or does that pay it forward, which still counts in my mind. But at the same time, and I'm sure where I was going with this, yes, if it takes you 3 to 4 days to manifest that specific thing, as your wheels get spinning faster and faster and faster in your manifestation sense, if you will, now all of a sudden that might be tomorrow. That might be 2 days. It gets quicker. And by the way, 4 days to 2 days, that's a lot faster if you look at it from the big picture, right? That's like, 50% faster, 50% of the time, half the time? That's pretty significant. So again, give yourself the credit. These little moments, these little markers, these little ways showers, these moments are meant to give you like a high five, like a spiritual high five, a spiritual pat on the back, spiritual kiss on the cheek. Maybe on the mouth if you're kind of weird. I don't know if I want to kiss my spirit with my mouth. Maybe I would. Why not? I don't know. It's kind of weird. I've never thought of it that way. All of a sudden I'm like dating my spiritual self. That'd be strange. But yeah, and deeper. Anyway, I'm getting so off track. Beside the point. Long story short, all these things can happen. It's okay where you're at. You're perfect where you're at. Keep keep working at it. That's all. Just don't stop. Fall down, dust yourself up, get up, dust your stuff off, keep going. That's it. That's all you got to do. You'll get there. Promise you. Definitely. And be open, because you never know when you might meet your specific someone while chasing your specific someone. Again, what is it that you're truly trying to manifest? A relationship with a specific person, or is it a kind of relationship that's very unique and awesome and wonderful? Or is it a really awesome kind of relationship that's really super wonderful and a specific person? Again, depends where you're trying to manifest. Be careful what you're saying. Be specific to the universe. Did a show on that. Same kind of concept. And depending on where you are with those three things, you got to learn to gauge it yourself. Not everything's black and white. We can send questions if you want, but they're different paths for sure, and they're different awarenesses that might be opened up during the process. So if you're very fixated on a specific person, honestly, I think you're missing the point to a degree. You should be focused on a good relationship, whatever that is right now. I don't know why you and your ex broke up, but you're probably still arguing and fighting and all that stuff, right? So you're just trying to get an ex back, which is fine. You can use these same techniques for that. But if you're really looking for a good, healthy, solid relationship, that's maybe a different thing altogether. Maybe we're not just trying to relive past events, because sometimes that's not good. Looking forward, looking to the future, that's where the change is. That's who I'm becoming. Who I was in the past, I'm never going to be again. Nothing about me right now is who I was yesterday. None of it. From an energetics level especially, none of it. Completely different. Every day is a new day. Every moment's a new moment. Every second is a new second. Hope this helps. Dan RadioStyle. Hope you guys enjoy. Also, feel free to contact me at danradiostyle at gmail.com. I don't know my address. On top of that, yes, we covered all that. Oh yeah, going out with a Britney Spears song. It just seemed appropriate. The song's called "You Drive Me Crazy," but like "You Drive Me" is in parentheses and then "crazy." So what is that like? You drive me crazy. Like I don't know how to read that. What the hell does that actually mean, Britney? I don't know what it means. You drive me crazy.